Bye-bye. See, that made my day. Geo Properties versus Douglas Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth, Dover Geo.
But he's on the sheet.
He's on the sheet. They're waiting. I don't know why this is. SOS note says they're waiting on client's SER payment determination. I don't know what that means. I didn't think they had to do that before anything. But
Well, I don't know what that means.
if I had a live person, they'd be able to explain that to me and I wouldn't be so confused. But I don't. What would you like to do?
It wasn't as good as the last one.
I know. I got to look at the
Still good.
way to do it.
I'd like a default.
All right. You've previously been sworn, so you may proceed.
Your Honor, this is an action for non-payment of rent. The defendant owes $3,375 in rent. The costs are $175. We request a default judgment for possession only in the amount of $3,550.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with writ issue in 10 days. Court calls case of Eladot Property Management versus Nicole Freeland. Nicole Freeland? Oh, that's her?
And Mr. Gates, she went to get Mr. Gates, I think.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay. All right. All right. Okay.
I'm Nicole.
Okay. Oh, here it comes. Your name, sir?
Aaron Gates.
All right. All right. Where are we on this?
You judgment
Yes, I did.
redemption period has passed. I came to court today with a request for an order of eviction and the $15 payment, but the defendants have filed a motion to set it aside. We've had a conversation. I don't have any extension to offer them, but I know they want to ask you for whatever you'll do for them.
We showed up 2 weeks ago for court. We had a 2 o'clock meeting. It got moved to 12 o'clock. We had nothing in the mail. No, we didn't receive anything until Monday the next week for that hearing. We're asked.
Do me a favor, slow down. All right. Just talk to me. Okay.
We showed up for 2 o'clock hearing and we found out it was moved till noon. And so you issued the judgment on that. So we're asking just for a extended.
Hold on a second. You showed up at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, sir.
And they,
What time was the hearing set?
the Zoom, when we
May I-
had Zoom with.
Ms. Engen, you see us make notes and it says 4:10 at 12 p.m. So,
But when we
so
got,
you told us, I shouldn't say you, apparently you told everyone 12 at the time, because that's what Ms. Engen wrote down contemporaneously with the hearing, but I'm not doubting that Mr. Gates thought it was 2. Why?
Paperwork we received, it says 2 o'clock and then that.
I'm telling you what, I am looking at my note here. Or what I wrote that day, and I wrote 12. I mean, I wrote 2. So, well,
I know when we asked for, to write in the letter, the lady
So-
showed us for whatever, and it did say 12, then it said 2, so it seemed like it got. It looked like on where it was written, where they can see it, it said you have to be at court at 2, and then somehow it got changed to 12 with, no, we didn't know.
so,
No, ma'am. Will you please sit down one thing?
She's not bothering him.
No, she runs.
fine. Feels like I want to act that way.
Right.
All I can assume, were the rest of your cases set at noon that day?
I think so.
On the 10th?
On the 17th.
No, the 10th.
No,
It was the
Petra,
10th, yeah.
redemption date was the 20th.
Hold on a second. It also looks like I wrote 2, but I don't know. But it was probably supposed to be 12.
You're saying.
On the 10th, I can see how there was confusion if.
And the grace of God, I called today and realized we had court.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I think if the clerks put it in, my circle drew over the 1 when I circled the date, when I circled the time. And then I issued the judgment. Okay. Let's assume it was the court's error. All right. And I'll take responsibility for that.
Appreciate that.
Oh,
Can you guys get this paid? Where are you guys with payments?
we're at like $1,000 from last month's rent,
So I think it's 1,100 or 1,200.
something like that, close to maybe 12. Like, I think it's a 1,109.
Oh,
that we owe for last month.
We freaked out last week and we had to make a payment to our storage shed just in case we were evicted. So we had access to our storage shed. So we did not make a $300 payment, but we can make our $300 payment every week. And we're still in contact with the Faith in Action Company, and they're still they're still talking to us. They have not made a decision yet on whether or not they can help us.
They're currently 1196.83 on the 1st, which is a week from today.
Yeah, so
they'll be at 2594.83.
May I say something?
yeah.
I've been laid off for the last 4 weeks. I've been filling out paperwork in your courtroom today for job applications. I had 2 good opportunities today for a job, and hopefully I can get it next week. And if I can get that next week, we can make better payments, get this paid off, and get back on track.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
If I told you you guys had to come up with $1,200, how fast do you think you can come up with that?
We'll see what it finds tomorrow. No, I don't know.
I mean,
No.
2 weeks is the best I can say. I don't want to stretch it past that because I can't say anything, but 2 weeks I can ask people. It's best I can say. I mean, in 2 weeks, when they have 600, so I'm asking for 600. So that's where I'm at. That's not trying to hurt my family on food and everything else. So I'm not trying to take away from them on that.
No, I got you. I don't.
May I? May I? While you're fashioning a remedy, I'll remind you that there's a money judgment in place currently for 1481.83.
Correct. That was the judge. That was the redemption.
If we come back and you order a judgment on the 1st,
yeah,
and if they still don't pay and move, then the money judgment amount.
Right.
So that's all. Right.
No, that's why I was trying to think of a way to try to do this to give these guys a shot, because they've been coming here and I know they're trying. I mean, I can't say anything else about you, Dave. You're not coming here trying to get me spoke about what's going on. Just doing the best you can each week, right?
Mhm.
Yes,
I don't make 350 a week. It's just,
Where's
I
that?
only make 350 a week. Just trying to, I use that, make it work. Sorry.
All right. How many kids you got?
The one.
Listen. All right, let's do this.
He's done listening to guesses now. The tone shifts, and suddenly this isn't about confusion anymore, it's about accountability. You can hear the pressure tighten as he asks for a real number, a real date, something solid to hold on to. They hesitate, you can feel it. They've been scraping by week to week, barely holding it together. And now the question lands harder. How fast can they actually come up with the money? Not what they hope, what they can do. There's a pause, a quiet calculation. Then it comes, 3 weeks. It's not confident, it's not clean, but it's honest. And that's the moment everything pivots. Because now the judge has something to work with, and he's about to decide how much mercy they're really going to get.
All right, and give me an honest answer about when you could come up with 1,200. I mean, you guys have been operating on a wing and a prayer at times, and you doing whatever, but I just need to know what date you come up with $1,200.
Can you give me 1 second?
Yeah.
I think best we can do is 3 weeks on 1,200, and that's gonna push us into May, which I know.
Well, hold on.
Okay, yes, sir.
Getting ahead of
Yes, sir.
yourself, okay?
Yes.
I asked you a simple question.
3 weeks.
Yes, let me put it to you this way.
The decision is already forming before he says it out loud. You can hear it in the structure, the way he starts laying it out piece by piece. This isn't a full win, not even close. He's denying the motion, that door is shut. But he doesn't stop there. He slows it down, deliberately creating space where there wasn't any before. The eviction order stands. It's real. It's signed. But then comes the shift, the one detail that changes everything. It won't be executed yet. That delay, that's their lifeline. Now the pressure flips completely. This isn't about arguing anymore, it's about action. A deadline, a number, no excuses left. Pay it or lose everything.
Can you come up with 1,200 by the 15th?
Yeah.
Of May. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything with May rent at this point. They come in, they're gonna see you for May rent. That's gonna happen, but hopefully you'll get a better job. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to deny your motion. To stay with, or just set aside the judgment and stay the rest.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna sign the order of eviction. I'm gonna do all of that. However, order of eviction not be executed until the May 8th, on or after May 18th.
Issued or executed.
May not be executed till May 18th. I'll sign the order. Okay,
That's it.
understand that, folks?
Yes, ma'am. Or, yes, sir. Sorry.
No, it's
Sorry,
okay.
dancing.
It's okay. You gave me a promotion. But so what I'm doing is a chance to get this judgment paid off.
Yes, sir.
The amounts that this doesn't include anything to do with May. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so you got to get that 1,200 into them as fast and as soon as you can.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
got that?
Sir.
Okay.
Is that them or do you?
No,
Escrow.
you pay it right to them.
Oh, okay.
I'll understand that if they get that 1,200 or the 1196.83, but if they get the 1,200,
Yes, sir.
that rate is no good. They're gonna have to come after you for May.
And the 15th is a Friday?
15th is Friday. I gave it. They can't do anything to the 18th that Monday.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor,
I
on the order of eviction, we've done this a few times and they've been posted with a 24-hour notice. So on this one, and I think going forward, what I'd like to do is add a line that says, do not execute before May 18th. And while I'm here, highlight it on all 4 copies and turn it in the courtroom. And that way you can initial it there.
Okay.
Hopefully we won't do that. If it gets posted before the week of the 11th, call your landlord and call my office right away.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. And thank you.
Not a problem. You guys are good people. You're trying, I get you're trying. And I have to appreciate the fact that every time you come here, one of the things that impresses me about you too is you're trying to do it, but you're also trying to take care of your family. I now clearly understand why when I look at that little one.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. You guys take care. Have a great weekend.
You as well, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you again.
Bye-bye. See, that made my day.